Hey, this is Steve Keys here with Keller Williams Capital District, and we are here for another walkthrough of the week. We are here today in the town of Jackson, New York. This is Cambridge School District. We're just a little bit north of the village of Cambridge. We are here for another walkthrough. So this walkthrough, you'll notice I'm changing the orientation of the video. Let me know which one I should do. So right now I'm videotaping this in landscape as opposed to this, which is portrait, landscape. So let me know which one I should use for the rest of my videos. So I'm shooting them in both. Let me know. We'll get started with the walkthrough. We are here in the town of Jackson, New York. This is Cambridge School District. This is 623 County Route 61 in Jackson. We are in the area that I like to call the Cambridge Lakes. Right now the camera is pointed northeast. So to the south is Schoolhouse Lake and Lake Lauderdale. To the east is Dead Lake. And to the just north of Dead Lake, so northeast a little bit, is Hedges Lake. So you're right surrounded by all of the lakes in this area. There is actually, right there in front of you on the other side of the road, that is Dead Lake. Can't really see the water. But right here in front of us, that's part of the property, is a pond. So that had been better taken care of in the past. The owners have currently let it go, and with all the rain that we've had in our area, it's swelled well past where it's usually supposed to be. But so this is a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath home. You can see the 2-car garage there. 1,250 square feet. This home is on a poured foundation. Again, just like the other videos, we're not going to go in the basement. But it's a poured foundation. Right now, it has, actually in front of me, you see the deck. This is a wraparound deck. But as the deck wraps around the house there, right on that side of the garage, right under the side of that basement is a garage door. So the basement is currently kind of set up as a garage. It is slightly finished. It does have, everything's been sheetrock down there. Part of the floor is still cement, but there's sheetrock on the walls, sheetrock on the ceilings, there's lights, electrical, everything is already down there. But it's currently set up as a garage. Personally, I'd get rid of the garage. You already have a 2-car garage. And I'd turn it into some finished space. So as we walk into the house here, we walk into the living room and the dining room kitchen area. Mostly open concept. At least living room to dining room anyway. We're going to head back into the kitchen later. Right now, we're going to head into the 2nd bedroom. It's probably a 12 by 12 foot space. And each bedroom has their own bathroom. Now, the owners were doing some renovations to the house. So, everything in this bathroom is relatively new. The renovations were done a couple years ago, but it is mostly new. So the vanity's new, toilet's new, that shower insert, that's new. So this bedroom has its own bathroom, and those are mostly new features in there. Now we're going to head to the other bedroom. This is what I would call the master. Has a sliding door out to the porch. It's covered in plastic right now. The property has been winterized because it's vacant, so it's kind of dark. Trying to get my camera to adjust to the light. And this does have a walk-in closet, probably about 8 feet deep, another 8 feet wide, with its own bathroom. This bathroom has a jacuzzi tub in it. This is a shower, but as I said, the property was winterized, so the shower was disconnected for the winterization process. Now we'll walk back out into the dining room area. This is a tile floor, grouted tile, into the kitchen area. It says stainless steel appliances in the kitchen. Side-by-side refrigerator. With the stainless steel oven, electric oven, and a built-in microwave. There's 2 sinks in this space. This is the smaller of the 2. This is primarily a cooking sink. The larger sink over here with the dishwasher. More cabinet space. And off the kitchen is the half bath. And this whole bathroom has been redone also. So the new vanity with the new sink and the new toilet. As we walk toward the back here, that is the basement access. Going down the stairs into the basement. I didn't turn any of the lights on, so that's why it's so dark down there. And then out the back door, you can see the rest of the walk-around porch, how it comes around here. Forgot to tell the dogs I was doing this. With the above-ground pool. Its own porch. And there are the dogs, saying hi. I forgot to clear it with their schedule. The whole backyard is fenced in. So fenced in all the way around so you can see it over there coming behind the garage. This lot is 1.62 acres. So it's a pretty large space. This fenced in area, probably about 3/4 of an acre. So this is a good fenced in space over here. Fenced in all the way around behind the pool. So that's the house. This is 623 County Route 61 in the town of Jackson, Cambridge School Districts. 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,250 square feet. That doesn't include anything in the basement. There's a little bit of finished area in the basement, but like I said, most of it is set up as a garage. So that doesn't include any of the square footage in the basement. And me personally, I love basements that you can finish. That's a great opportunity to add a lot of equity to your house. My personal opinion, finishing a basement is probably the best bang for your buck you're going to get. So, if you are interested, or if you know anyone who is interested, please reach out, get back in contact to the agent who showed you the video. Have a nice day. Alright, so that's the house. You can see I'm not at the house anymore. I'm deciding to re-record this video. I didn't like it the way I did it. It was too long, so I made notes to keep myself a little shorter. Unfortunately, I don't have any time for jokes, so sorry. So there are some minor cosmetic repairs that need to be made to the house, and I really do mean minor. This isn't one of those things where a listing says needs a little TLC and it really means need a little bulldozer. No, these are minor things. I think you can do this whole list for less than $5,000, and if you look at the property information page for the price that we have it listed, we're not asking top dollar for the property anyway, so we're taking into account these things that need to be done. There are a few lights in the property that don't work. There's baseboard missing in a few spots. They were in the middle of updating the house kind of slowly as they went, so you'll see most of these things are just stuff that they weren't able to finish before they had to relocate. The flooring in the master bedroom needs to be replaced. It's one of those vinyl or laminate, whichever it is, click and lock floors that go together quickly. I've installed a lot of those floors. I hate them all. The cheap ones, the expensive ones, I think they all suck. So yeah, that's what's going on with that one. Just needs to be replaced. There is a white, kind of marbly looking tile wall in the living room. You would have seen it as I walked through. That's where they mounted their TV, so there's holes in those tiles. If you're going to mount your TV in the same spot, I guess it's not a big deal because it's going to cover it up. But if you want to put your TV someplace else, you probably want to replace the tiles that have those holes in them. There is a wire in the master bedroom for a light switch. Now they put the light switch in first, and it looks like they meant to finish a wall going across there, and then they never got to it. So there's a spot right there. It just needs a couple 2x4s and a sheetrock over the rest of the spot, just so that light switch has a place to go. There are a couple other sheetrocking issues throughout the house. If you look back at the video and you look when I was in the master closet, you'll see what looks like part of the sheetrock was cut out. When they redid the shower, they had to cut out the wall to put in the new plumbing, and then they just put the piece back in. But they weren't able to tape over it and mud it. So really, that just needs to be taped off, mudded, and there's a couple other spots in the house where it's the same thing. We didn't go in the basement, but in the basement there is a finished room. They were kind of using it as a bedroom, but that portion of the basement has a drop-down ceiling, and there's a couple tiles in there that are missing. And that drop-down ceiling. So again, that's basically it. All of those things, for $5,000, you could fix the whole list. So I would call that a minor cosmetic issues. And like I said, we kind of reflected that in the price. So I already talked about the basement. So the only other thing that I want to say about the basement is I said that I thought it would be a benefit in order to finish it. So really, the only thing I would want to add to that is when I moved back to New York from North Carolina, I looked at 16 houses before I decided which one I was going to buy. I bought the basement that I could finish, is really what I did. I bought the basement that I could finish, and it just happened to come with the house. So I didn't say that just to say it. I say it because I did it myself. And if you want to be able to do some kind of work to a house where you can really actually increase the value of the property, I think finishing a basement is the easiest way to get the most bang for your buck. Okay, so the situation with the house. Now, first of all, these are not typically things that I would say about a property. However, I have the seller's permission to say these things, and she asked me to say these things. So the situation is, as you can tell, the seller's gone because the house is vacant. She was relocated to work. Currently, she's paying the lease on where she is now and the mortgage on this house, which, as you can imagine, is difficult to do, and she cannot continue to keep doing it. This house has got to be sold by June. Has to be. After June, it's coming off the market. And I don't know what's going to happen, but it's not going to be good. So this house has until June to sell. The seller is going to be taking a loss on the property. We already know that. This is not going to be a short sale. So that's not an option here. The seller is just going to come up with the difference between the accepted offer price and the mortgage price, and she's going to pay the difference. So
typically what I do if I'm not getting any offers is I would reduce the price. Now, since the seller's already taken a loss, I don't want to drastically cut the price, since she literally has to pay to sell the house. But at the same time, we've only got 4 months. I don't have the time to do the little tiny price reductions to try and get it to where we finally get someone to bite. So, talking to potential buyers out there, I am saying make an offer now. Whatever offer you think is reasonable, just make an offer now. Don't wait, because we don't have the time. This is going to be gone in June. So don't wait for the price to reduce to where you want it. Just make that offer now. If we can get the offer to work, we're accepting it. We are going to accept the very first offer we get where we can make the numbers work. We don't really care what the price is, just so long as the numbers work. We will accept that offer. So please do not wait. If you have any interest in this house at all, make whatever you think is a reasonable offer. And if we can get it to work, we're taking it. So that's all I got to say about the house. So, like my Facebook page for more walkthroughs of the week. I already have the walkthrough of the week for next week already set up. I already have the house picked out. Actually, by the time you see this, I already recorded the video, honestly. But it's a great house. It's new construction in the village of Cambridge, which is rare. They're not really building new stuff in the village of Cambridge. But this is a new construction house in the village of Cambridge. And it's got a lot of really neat stuff. I really don't like new construction houses in general. But this particular builder really puts some nice features in there that you don't see in your typical new construction houses that they're throwing up nowadays. So tune in for that one. That's going to be really good. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is going to have every video that I will ever do on it, on any platform. So everything's going to be put on my YouTube channel. And I'm working on a lot of different videos. It's not just going to be walkthroughs of the week. I'm working on a lot of other things. I'm going to be doing some frequently asked questions videos. I'm also working on doing some interview videos with other professionals in the real estate industry. So like mortgage lenders, home inspectors, real estate attorneys, just generally talking about the process and important things to consider. I'm thinking about going outside the industry for professions that might have valuable input on it. So like a CPA, talking about like the tax implications of owning a property, purchasing a property, how to sell a property, for the tax purposes of selling a property, capital gains, stuff like that. I might even, financial advisors. I'm just spitballing here. I don't know I guess what I'm thinking now is like the investing aspect of real estate, adding real estate to a financial investment portfolio. So stuff like that. So I'm working on a lot of stuff. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. I think there will be a lot of good stuff on there. So that has been this week's walkthrough of the week. And please join me again for next week's walkthrough of the week. Bye-bye for now.